11 straight wins for the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, 11 straight wins. And 11 is going to be a big number in this video because I have something to tell you about Kyrie Irving and the number 11 that they shared on the broadcast today. And it's a pretty awesome story and some crazy coincidences that's gone on in his life. Also, a couple minutes into this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a shirt and a hat that I really think is cool for these Brooklyn Nets videos. Make sure you hit the link in the description, be part of a giveaway potentially, or just support the biz. We all got to pay our bill somehow, right? The Brooklyn Nets are now 24-12. And as you guys might know, I have not been the biggest Brooklyn Nets fan. I've talked about this in many of my videos, but I promised as the Brooklyn Nets keep winning, I will continue to make videos because the main media doesn't like talking about the Brooklyn Nets. And it's pretty much clear now that they're probably the best team in the NBA. Now, you might tell me the Celtics have a little bit of a better record. Fine. And there's some teams that might have a better record. Whatever. They're still the best team in the NBA, and it's pretty clear. We're finally seeing what the Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving combination was meant to be. They've had injuries. They've had off-the-court drama. They've had trade requests. They've had James Harden in and out. They've had a lot of different things happen, but now they're finally hitting the way they need to hit. 11 in a row means they were 13-12. They were basically a 500 basketball team, but with 11 wins in a row, 24-12, and this team's on fire. From firing Steve Nash to figuring out if Ben Simmons can even be that guy with this team and how's this bench going to play out. Everything's starting to click, and that's with guys like Joe Harris, who's out right now. That's with the guy like Ben Simmons, who took a year off basketball, who's still getting in the groove of things, but he's playing great for this team. And that's with a new coach. That's with Seth Curry, who hasn't really been the biggest contributor this year, but maybe if he figures it out and starts to work, you have an even deeper bench, maybe the best bench in basketball. This team's playing at a different level, though. An 11-game winning streak is the second biggest streak in franchise history. This is no joke. This Brooklyn Nets, New Jersey Nets team has had some good teams. Teams that have gone to the finals. Teams they tried to stack up the roster and make super teams. And the 11-game winning streak's the second longest ever. They're just playing out of their minds. And the craziest part about it, everyone wanted to talk about the schedule. You could tell me today they played the Hornets, whoop-de-doo. Well, it's 11 wins in a row. And after the first couple videos I made where I got a lot of comments saying, oh, wait till they play some teams, they played the Cavs and beat them, and they beat the Bucks and beat them. And guess what happened? They jumped them in the standings. After 11 wins in a row, the Brooklyn Nets are now second in the Eastern Conference, only 2 games behind the Boston Celtics, a team that everyone thought was undisputed the best team. But guess what? It looks like the Nets are right there with them, and they get to play soon. The Nets have a few winnable games after this New Year's Eve, but they have some games that are going to be tough, including a 4-game stretch against the Bulls, Pelicans, Heat, and then Celtics. I don't know how long this winning streak can last, but I'm going to keep making videos about it. I'm also going to do a Brooklyn Nets giveaway. If you go to my link in the bio and click the first link to Sant Shop, it stands for the Sports on Tap Shop, and you put your email in that box, I'm going to enter you guys into a free giveaway for this new shirt. And you can pick if you want the shirt or the hat. 7-11, Kyrie and KD getting buckets after buckets. Once we sell 5 of those shirts, I'll be doing multiple giveaways. So make sure you go buy one to help support. It would mean the world to me. And if you use promo code SAMMY on tap, one word, SAMI on tap, you'll get 15% off your order as well. Let me just add a couple little facts here. The Nets are now 22-7 since Jacque Vaughn took over as the head coaching job. I've said this in other videos and I've got it in the comments. Why did I think Steve Nash was a scapegoat? I thought Steve Nash was a scapegoat because Kyrie and KD said they wanted free playing flow and they didn't want to be coached. They want to be coaches on the court, and then it didn't work out after they make trades, and Kyrie had some off the court stuff, and Kevin Durant wanted a trade request. So I thought So I thought Steve Nash was, the scapegoat, but I was completely wrong. Jacque Vaughn is exactly the type of guy they needed for this team. He lets these dudes play the way they want to play while also getting some respect and guidance in how to make this whole team work. He obviously has to manage personalities, superstars, run the rotation, figure all these things out. It's not an easy job. I don't care what job you have. Maybe outside of Steve Kerr for a couple of years when they had KD with the Warriors. There's no easy job in the NBA no matter who you have. We've seen people fail, even with LeBron James and Kevin Durant and different players. So shout out to Jacque Vaughn. Now let's get to the Kyrie number 11. They shared this on the broadcast today. 11 has a lot of meaning. It's not just his number, but there's so many different crazy things that have to do with the number 11. So I'm going to play you the audio. He pretty much wears number 11 because his dad did, and he has all these weird coincidences with the number 11 at Duke and the number 11 in the draft and the days of 11 and 11,000 points. It's absolutely insane, the coincidences that went down with number 11. So check it out.
Check in with Ashley.
All right, guys, I know we love a good numbers game, or at least Eric Collins, I know you do. So how about this for Kyrie, the reason that he wears number 11? It's a huge significance in his life. He has multiple reasons. He was born at 111. His dad wore number 11 when he played college ball at Boston University. Kyrie Irving is exactly 11 letters long. Even the letter K is the 11th letter of the alphabet. And after playing a total of 11 games at Duke due to injury, he was drafted pick 1 of round 1 in 2011. He even scored his 11,000th point.
Come on
the 11th of March.
No.
Yes.
Wow. Kept getting better and better.
11 in a row. That's a cool story, though, about Kyrie Irving. But 11 in a row. 15-1. You heard that right. 15-1 in their last 16 games. This is the best team in all of sports right now. They're the hottest team, whether it's in football, basketball, college sports. They're the hottest team in pro sports right now. And it's crazy because this is exactly what everyone was waiting for. This is what we expected to happen. When Durant and Kyrie came together, oh my gosh. When Durant decided to go to Brooklyn, I thought this was going to be insane. And it's been a failure ever since. But now, it's becoming something just we haven't seen in a long time. A duo like Durant and Kyrie is reminding me a little bit of a LeBron Kyrie. Now, obviously, I think LeBron at that peak was a little better than Durant now, but Kyrie might be playing the best basketball of his career today. And speaking of the number 11, I cannot neglect the bench play that the Nets are getting. They have one of the deepest. And speaking of the number 11, I have to talk about the depth of the Nets because there's a guy who scored 11 points today who is starting to get the love that he deserves, and he's playing good basketball. Yuta Watanabe, if I said it right, I always try my best, had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals on 57% shooting. He is playing a lot of winning basketball right now, and he's been unbelievable for this Nets team. Nick Claxton has also been great. A player that might be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. I don't know how I feel about bigs getting the Defensive Player of the Year, but it seems like it's become a very likely thing outside of Marcus Smart recently and maybe a Kawhi, but a lot of bigs just get it because they protect the rim. But on top of that, he's been just overall really efficient. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 6 blocks, 2 steals, 86% field goal percentage. He's only shooting when he needs to and making those shots mostly around the rim. But he's playing like a Defensive Player of the Year as well, and he is extremely helping this team. And this team just continues to share the wealth. Now, we've had those games of Kyrie and Durant just going off and taking over. But today, Durant had 23, 4, and 4. He didn't play out of his mind or anything, but it was just team ball. Kyrie had 28, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, also playing good. And you had Ben Simmons who only played 19 minutes with 2 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds, but they still got the win because Ben Simmons is not relied on this team. When they traded James Harden for Ben Simmons, I think a lot of the biggest concern was, are they going to be relying on Ben Simmons to be the number 3? And not really. They're relying on him to be a team player, play some defense. When he gets open shots, score. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. Facilitate the ball and just be a good overall basketball player, and he's done pretty good at that. And I've talked about these two guys recently on all my videos, and they're the 2 biggest sleeper pickups in the entire NBA. Royce O'Neal, 14 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Royce O'Neal was a steal from Utah. I talked about this on my last video. The day Kevin Durant requested a trade from Brooklyn, we all know the meme by Brian Windhorst. We did this thing on ESPN trying to figure out what Utah is doing. Brooklyn sneakily went and picked up Royce O'Neal in a trade while Utah was dumping salaries the day that Kevin Durant requested a trade. And it's been one of the biggest sleeper pickups in the NBA. And the last sleeper pickup is TJ Warren. He's just getting back into the groove, but today again, 10 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist. If he can consistently give you 10 to 14 points, TJ Warren, aka Bubble Warren, when he was so good in the bubble, he can be one of the sneakily best players to have off the bench in the entire NBA. 6 man of the year type of guy. It's going to be crazy to see what his progression is going to be. And last but not least, I did mention Seth Curry. And today he finally got some more playing time. 20 minutes on 8 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. If he's going to give you 8 points and he's going to hit a couple buckets and you get Joe Harris back doing that with TJ Warren, with Utah off the bench, this team's going to be unbelievable and be really hard to be stopped. Let's see what happens next. I'm doing my best to make a Brooklyn Nets video after every single win until this winning streak ends, and I'll still talk about them after. And even my New Year's shirt kind of matches it, but I got to go celebrate New Year's Eve with the friends and fam. So y'all have a safe, nice, blessed night. Or if it's the next day, I hope you enjoyed your New Year's, and let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep winning games. I'm Sammy on tap, SAMI on tap, and I appreciate you all listening, and we'll be back soon. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.